Welcome to this Zentangle Quickie. My name is Heather Hartwick Gladden. I'm a certified Zentangle teacher, and today we're going to take a look at the Tangle Octonet from CZT Sue Jacobs. So when I first looked at this, I thought, oh, number one, neat. And then two, like, oh, that doesn't look so hard. Now, I don't know that it's Tough Tangle Tuesday worthy, but really, I think there's a couple of tricks that I found. And first was to put some, although these could be bigger, just some little guiding dots. Let me let me position myself so I can see what I'm doing. All right. And, and you could do them light. You could just, do it in, some pencil dots if you wished. You could do bigger dots if you like, because in the end, we're going to be making big dots on it anyway. But I just found this was helpful because to just do a diamond sometimes period give me a headache. I could look at it this way and make a square. So the dots helped, although I think I'm going to have to raise. These are closer to the edge. I think I'll raise that one up a little bit and that one there. Okay. So just curve lines. This is all curve lines and dots. C-shaped curve lines and dots. Also making the C-shape, would it be more concave? Yeah, I think I have my terminology right. I always get mixed up with that I'm sorry, I made a frowny face because of the dots. Anyway, let's get rid of that. As I forget what I'm saying. Oh, if you make them, deeper, that seemed to help quite a bit. All right, there's one. Next one, and I didn't find that I needed to make dots after that, but what I aimed for was about midway here to about midway there. And again, same thing, if you kind of, make it a deep curve, deep-ish, not too deep, but you have fun with it and play with it. And just going all the way around. So it's like we've put a diamond upon a diamond or a square upon a square, whichever way you want to think about it. All right. And then this next bit was, it was a little bit tricky at first. Number one, I started thinking about, well, look, I'm really just aura-ing this line, but we're balancing it on top of here. So I aim to center it like that. And again, this is where I discovered, I'm like, if I make that a little curvier, that seems to help. And what we're going to do is we're going to balance a curve line on every point, if that makes sense. You can see what I'm doing, though. And because some of mine are, it's not exact, right? So I found something. That's where I found if I made this a little curvier, then I could swoop down and touch that point, and then it ends up looking pretty good. It's kind of like if you've watched any of my videos. I think just the last one I was talking about the aura and how sometimes the aura can save the day. That's why at Zentangle they said, when in doubt, aura. Okay. And then it's like fingers crossed that these kind of end up sort of even, and look at they do. But going slow, oh, wow, look at that. It really wasn't, it didn't look that even to begin with. So it's just amazing. Like I said, making these a little deeper, that seemed to help, but especially when you get to this end part, go slow. And you could even, make it smaller first and then extend out a little bit. Maybe that will help. But this is one where it's like, okay, yeah, maybe a little bit of practice. That's a good thing. Okay, now the next two steps. I decided to split this one up from Sue's because I was looking at it, I'm like, wait a minute, how did she do those lines? And it's not as hard as what I was first looking at, but I thought this would make it easier. So what we're going to do, it's a pick a side. I'm going to pick this side, and I'm going to aura these two curve lines, turning it. Same thing. On 4 sides. And then on the corners. So we have these two C-shaped curve lines too. So it's the same thing. I just found it easier to look at it this way than not, I guess. Like that. And I mean, that turns out cool in and of itself. But you see how I have all these lines, and maybe this is how it came about. I don't know. But I was very thankful that it's like, oh, yes, I get to put those dots on. That's exciting. So, and I put all of them in. So if you look at for more inspiration, like, and I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to put them on all of these corners. I mean, you can do whatever you want with them, right? Because in Sue's step out, she had, well, I'll do what she had in the step out first, and then I'll show the extra. Because I'm thinking you could, like I said, you can do it however you want. Which is the beauty of Zentangle. And maybe making them different sizes. It seemed like in her sample, that's what I was seeing. Okay, and then she also, so that's kind of a step one. We put it on all of those corners. Now we can put it on our initial corners. That saves that little bit that was hanging out there open. Like that. And then she had inside here. So these intersections on the inside. And this is what she had on the step out. I just went ahead and did, I did on these intersections too, because that's what she has in her sample, and I really like it. Oh, whoops. Wait, no. Yes, that was good. There's so many intersections. We're just going on the inside track here. Oops, and I left this one out here. And I left the next one out. Oh. Okay. Oh, I don't... Okay, forgive me. It's all of these center ones. You're probably wondering, what is she doing? I did the first 4. I didn't do the second 4. So she'd have 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. Yes, yes. Okay, 2, 2, 2. You know, and you could just leave it like that if you like it like that. I kind of liked, and maybe I'll do a little bit smaller here on these intersections, because that's kind of nice to have it be a little bit different. Yeah. I just think I think it's neat. Now, besides using it as a tangle, if you did this in a larger scale, you could make this a string, or I don't know, maybe it's not the right shape for a Zendala or mandala, right? But you know, we can be unconventional. It works. All right. So then, of course, you can play in shade however you wish. I like the way I shaded it in my version of the step out, so I think I'm going to try to replicate that. We'll see. But, you know, I mean, if you like adding color to your tangles, I mean, it could look stained glass-ish. Could put, you know, another tangle in here. Could connect. I was thinking about connecting some lines, maybe in a gray or something like that. Could be kind of neat. Could also, you know, follow any of the lines with shading, because that could be interesting. But I think I might just leave it like that because I like it. It's fun adding, where it's kind of creating a, depth or something. So, really neat tangle. Not necessarily as, it's not as easy as I thought it was going to be, but it's not as hard as I was starting to think it was going to be either. So, really, really neat. All right. Well, I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please click on the like button. And if you liked it enough to see more, would love to have you be a subscriber to the channel. In the description section, again, you'll find links to the step outs. And then below that is my link tree. So if you enjoy my work here, come and join me online. I tangle with whoever will join me on Thursdays. It's free sessions. I do it twice. It's the same content, but it's different people, and it's just double the fun, we should say. I do it at 11 a.m. and 7 p.m. my time here in Michigan. It's Eastern time. And in my link tree, which is below the links to the step outs, you'll find places to follow me for classes, or where I post them. And I think, you can follow me because one is my Facebook page. So if you like my Facebook page or follow it, you might have to adjust the notification settings. I'm finding that I'm having to do that with people that I want to see their stuff, even my own. It's like, no, thank you. I'd like to see the posts on my page. Thanks. And that and Eventbrite. So you'll find those. And then I also teach on Tuesdays. Those classes, for the most part, have a fee associated with it, or it's a part of my membership club. So I have basically like a subscription type club. So if you really like me and you really think you're like, oh, I would take at least 2 classes, it'll be well worth it. So information is all there. It's pretty self-explanatory. We also have a wonderful Tangle Addicts community on Facebook. It's a group. If you'd like to join us there, click the link and then answer the 4 questions, and you are in like Flynn. All right. I think that's it. So with that, thank you so much for watching, and I wish you happy tangling.